Good morning. Welcome back to the Broken Spoon. Today we're making one of my favorite dishes, Bolognese. It's simple ingredients. It just takes some time and some love, and you can have one of the best dishes you've ever had. So follow along and let's give it a try. So first we have carrots, celery, and onions. Maybe about a cup of each. It's not an exact science. This is just cooking. We puree them, get them down pretty small, and then actually using two pans for this version. So put them into the pan. I put half and half. I got another pan on the other burner behind there, and then saute it. You want to get these brown, so it's on like a medium-high heat until they start sticking, and then add some garlic, a couple cloves of garlic, and get it brown. It'll start sticking to the pan. Those brown pieces are good. I use a wooden spoon to break those pieces loose, and let it sit for a bit, brown up, stir it, break them up. Then I add some ground beef. This is a 3-pound total recipe, so I'm putting 1.5 pounds in each pan. And then you want to do the same thing here. You want to get the hamburger down there, get it cooked, get that to turn brown and start sticking to the pan too. And you scrape up those brown bits, and that's what adds a lot of flavor to the dish. And then you put in some salt and pepper. You'll actually add salt a lot. Pretty much after every ingredient you add salt. And then you can taste it along the way. Usually after you get all the ingredients in, give it a little bit of a taste, and if it needs more salt, add a little bit then, cook it a little farther. So once the hamburger is browned up, like I said, scrape up those bits. I mix it in with the vegetables at this point. And you don't take any of it out, just leave it all in there. Scrape up all those brown bits. That's what the wooden spoon's really good for there. And then the next ingredient going in will be tomato paste. It's about a cup per pan. I'm using, I think, 12-ounce cans. I'm putting like one 12-ounce can in each one. This recipe is more of a by the hip cook. I mean, the ingredients are always the same. Maybe it'll have an extra carrot, an extra celery root. It's not important that it's an exact measurement. The tomato paste is what gives it the base flavor. And then you'll want to brown that as well. Sort of cook off the tomato paste flavor. Get that brown. It'll start sticking to the pan. This will stick more than like the meat or the veggies, which is fine. Again, that's what you want it brown but not burnt. And we go for a nice Cabernet wine. It's a red wine for sure. A little sip never hurt anyone, right? Try to get a wine that you'll generally drink. A good red Cabernet works perfectly. And then you put this in to deglaze the pan. This, especially with the tomato paste, because it sticks a little bit more than the rest of the veggies, you'll get that loose from the bottom of the pan. And then you want to stir and incorporate that in with your mixture. And if one batch doesn't do it, you can always add a little more wine, up to maybe a cup-ish, give or take. The alcohol boils off at this point. As you can see, the steam coming up. Use it to scrape up those bits. Get all around the entire pan to make sure there's no sort of hot spots, so to speak, where something is staying stuck that'll burn in the long term in the pan. And that adds a deeper red burgundy color to the final sauce. Just makes it look awesome. So after that cooks off, then we add water. And you'll want to fill the pan up, not quite to the top edge because you don't want it to boil over. You're just going to put the water in and then add your extra spices, bay leaves, some thyme, salt and pepper if you still have any more or need any more. You could taste it at this point and decide whether you need a little more salt. But it does take more salt than you would expect. And then the bay leaves, you'll pick those out obviously toward the end after it's done cooking. But the thyme will get mixed in there. So stir it in, let it simmer for a good 5 or 6 hours, and this is what you get. Give it a taste. If it needs more seasoning, you can add it at this point. Otherwise, we're ready to mix in the noodles. So here is the finished product. Got some fresh Parmesan cheese on there. I made some homemade noodles to go with it. You can check out a previous episode if you haven't seen it already for how to make the noodles. So here we go. Good stuff. Like I said, it's one of my favorite recipes. So give it a try. Like I said, let it simmer for a good 6 hours or so, and watch the water. Add water if it needs it. But it's really great. And if you make homemade noodles, kudos to you. Give it a try. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. This is Dean with The Broken Spoon.